In 2014, SAICA introduced the Top 35 under-35 competition. Every year, SAICA recognizes young South African chartered accountants who are making an impact on the businesses they lead and who are proactively making decisions that positively shape communities, economies and society. The competition highlights the sustainability of the CA profession and the vital role these young individuals are playing in contributing to the future of South Africa. The final round of the Top 35 under-35 kicked off at SAICA's headquarters in Sandton, Johannesburg for the 9th edition of this prestigious event. The finalists arrived nervous but excited and were ready for 2 days in front of a panel of 19 judges, where they'd be asked to do a 4-minute presentation followed by a Q&A session.
I just had CTA, ITC and ABC in one room. So the judges were it was an intimidating setup, but I just had to take a deep breath and do what I have come to do. And on top of that, 4 minutes. 4 minutes, no. Literally, I listen to a lot of music, so I thought at least it's enough time to have a lot of content, but no.
Let me tell you something, the time goes a lot faster in that room than it goes elsewhere in the whole universe. That 4-minute alarm started beeping literally after 1 minute. Someone needs to check that thing, that device is definitely faulty. And then the questions literally went by in a second. Either I talk too much and I don't know it, or also time problem.
I expected them to be scary, but they were fine. I felt like a boss. Sorry. So, they were fine.
No, I started off with some good jokes, so I did get some good laughs at the beginning, but then I got into the serious stuff.
It's incredibly intimidating. You've got these long boardroom with all these people sitting, just going like zzz. So having all these people have a look at you and they've been doing this for hours and hours, it's definitely intimidating.
There were some serious ones, of course. Some were taking notes. You have no idea what they're writing as you're talking. You don't even know whether they're typing because you're talking or they're typing about something else. So it was quite a mixed experience, but mostly it was a crowd that I thought was receptive to what I was there to present on.
Coming out of the judging room, I felt my time spent with them was quite truncated. I would have loved to obviously spend some more time. I felt that I could have shared more of my experiences, and you'll always have more that you'd want to say that doesn't get said within the set time.
Andile has this wide smile that I probably can't emulate well, but Andile, when he speaks, he talks like that, and he's got this energy and this power in the room. So yeah, I think his smile's probably the biggest.
There was one that was sitting like this, and I just thought, okay, maybe flick through the pack like the other people. But no, he was just like this, saying, okay, wow me. Okay, it's your time to shine. And no.
If I could rate the judges out of 10, definitely 11 out of 10. Come on, I mean, judges?
I think I'm actually going to give it a 9. There's no reason why I actually can't give it a 10. If you had to ask me why I'm giving you a 9 and I now need to give you constructive feedback, I don't really have much. So let's make it a 10. There's just a lot of them. So maybe actually that's why it's 9 and not a 10. There's a lot of faces looking at you.
But yeah, I'm glad it was 19, and I suspect a lot of the other contestants were intimidated. That's exactly what we were hoping for.
I'm sad because I'm traumatized. Angazi, I forgot everything. Everything that happened in the judging room stays there. Hey? Kuphelile, kundlulile, happy.
First of all, 19 is an odd number, which means that we accountants figured this out. Because if it was 20, then you could have 10-10. If it was 18, you could have 9-9. So you need an odd number to make sure the decision carries. So well done, SAICA, you can count. No, 19 is perfect. because there's enough voices in the room, there's enough perspective in the room, but there's a lot of difficulty in deciding the winner because there's 19 people.
It's quite intimidating, but one of which is Andile Kumalo is quite intimidating, but knowing very well that Liverpool is doing badly, I was able to put it back in his court.
Very cool.
So cool to have the opportunity to speak to leaders in the field, leaders in the SAICA brand, and to hear their in-depth knowledge, questions that really provoke your thought processes, because you think you've prepared, but the way that they ask questions is just on a different level.
Being a judge means putting in many hours of personal time to study the profile of each and every finalist. Both judges and partners share what their judging experience was like.
I think the important thing I'd want to leave them with is just, given all the stories we've heard, all the pictures and presentations, the pack that we received, like, you guys are already worth being celebrated. Like, I feel like the award is just the cherry on top, right? Of course, I know everybody wants to win, but like, the award is the cherry on top. You're already doing amazing work. You're already validated in what you're doing. And you're already just amazing, and just continue to do all the great work that you're doing in your little corner of the world. Like, make that change, make that impact, and hopefully, you know, even if you're not a winner, just by hearing the questions that other people have had to ask you, it helps you identify, like, where should I be closing some gaps, you know, who else should I be talking to, and just really helps you level up to get to that next level. Yeah, so good luck.
Some of the testimonies of the experiences of the candidates, it's just incredible. You come away feeling so inspired. The people who we've seen over the past few days have just been incredible. Each of them very different. You know, chartered accountants who are in a wide diversity, a variety of different roles, but each of whom are impacting the world in their own unique way, and it gives one hope. It really does inspire not only me, but also my fellow judges.
I believe that each and every finalist, there was a list of about 1,000 odd applications, of which 35 were shortlisted. So whether you've won or not won, you're a winner irrespective, by virtue of being nominated for something so prestigious, something so, you could call it an enigma of sorts if you like. So well done to each and every finalist. And I just wish that, irrespective of what happens, that each and every one, whether you've been nominated or not, that everybody continues to live out that dream, live out that passion, because it's something so beautiful and something so unique. Because these finalists are touching so many lives within the borders of this continent, which we call Africa.
Each finalist has had a unique experience during their Top 35 under-35 journey.
Being selected as a finalist really shows the fruition of all my hard work. It's almost a pat on the back saying well done.
It's something admirable, it's something worth celebrating, because I think sometimes I get lost, say, in the work that is required, but this has given me an opportunity to just reflect on the impact as well as the amazing work that we do and the kind of team that I get to lead.
The SAICA Top 35 under-35 journey has been a great experience. It made me realize that actually the work that I'm doing is relevant and I need to keep pushing and doing more. I would really like to encourage every single CA to adopt an SDG and work on that SDG to make a difference, because when people see CA, they think leaders. We are the leaders that the world needs, or the leaders that our society needs. If we want to see change, it needs to start with us.
I don't really see myself as being special. I feel like this whole experience has just shown me that we've got different career aspirations, different exposures, but at the end of the day, we used our God-given talents to the best of our abilities, and that makes a winner of everyone.
as you get older, you kind of just take it for granted that you are a chartered accountant. And when you sit down and you look at what other CAs are achieving, the other 34 of the 35, the judges, the people that you're meeting, there's a lot of inspirational people out there that are doing fantastic things in the world.
So out of this whole experience, I think my message to others is just to do the best you can with what you have. You don't need a ton of money, you just need time and the will to help others.
I'm grateful to be born in the family that I'm part of. I think it really forms a big part of who I am and my identity. And I think most of what I know and what I plan to be really is inspired by my parents and some of my family members.
This is a showcase that presents hope and confidence in the chartered accountancy sector in South Africa. And the career highlights conveyed confirms the sentiments of an industry with unlimited opportunities.
So I would say that this is quite a big moment to be recognized by the CA profession. I think it's quite one of the highest honors that you can have. And along with that was, having the opportunity to be appointed as the head of technical accounting at a bank. I think that for me was quite career defining. It also was the time where I made the move into financial services, which is a field that I hadn't been in before. So definitely a proud career moment.
Biggest highlight in my career, I converted my master's into a research paper that got published by the British Accounting Review, which is a really top-notch international academic journal, and that's quite a big highlight for me because there's a difficult theory, difficult content, and the fact that it got published there and recognized, it's something I'm quite proud of, I'm quite happy about.
The biggest highlight in my career has been growing a business with my fellow partners, Bridgement, where we have sustained more than 11,000 jobs in South Africa, and we've deployed more than R500 million into our economy. And not only that, but taking what we've built and scaling it into international platform, scaling it into Europe and into the UK. Daniel Goldberg, our CEO, and I spent a lot of time this year overseas speaking to people that we never thought we would have even met. But that's been my career highlight so far.
The biggest highlight in my career is probably finding out quite early on what I enjoy. So the work that I do, I actually really enjoy it. I get to work with business owners, entrepreneurs every day. And I joined Masisizane Fund in June 2015. And one of the highlights is seeing the actual impact of my work, jobs being created, revenue increasing, businesses growing. It's small in that context, but it's big for the business owners. This is their livelihoods, these are their babies. And so for me, that's quite a highlight that I've been able to play a role in those respective journeys.
My biggest highlight in my career, signing my first transaction, the first M&A advisory transaction that I did, which was where ABSA invested into a renewable energy fund, which was created within the time that I was there. Like, we provided advice on that. And so it pulled a lot of my previous skill sets from my technical accounting space, and also new learnings about renewable energy in South Africa, both from the REAP side and also the CNI side. So I think that was one of my proudest moments, because literally we saw this thing from idea to life. We brought those possibilities to life.
Sure. Biggest highlight in my career, I think the stuff that gives me the most job fulfillment is we really get to touch people's lives. So giving staff that never had opportunities before a chance, and then really breaking through the barriers of what's expected from them. We've had staff that haven't had real formal employment before, and we really take a chance on them. And when they really put in the extra mile and get promoted into senior manager roles, it's incredibly fulfilling, and yeah, one of the things that makes it easy to get up in the morning.
SAICA Top 35-under-35. I'm 29. Top 35 chartered accountant in SA. That's what I am. It doesn't get better than this, trust me, it doesn't.
As intimidating as the judges appeared, there were moments over the course of the 2 days which brought laughs in between the moments of apprehension.
There's a lot of banter between the judges. I mean, I think
The butts of most jokes would be Andile Kamalu, because he just sets himself out as a target.
Banter amongst judges. What are you talking about? We love each other dearly. We kiss and hug and high five. You know, our chairman gives us a hard time. She brought a bell this time because we're all making too much noise.
Yesterday, you know, Dinesh was kind of just telling us, guys, keep it down, like the next person's coming. Today she's got this bell, like, ding!
Banter, definitely. No fights really, hey? I expected it to be a little bit more hectic in terms of the judging process, but it was rather smooth, and I think although we laugh a lot and argue a lot, we're generally able to find consensus amongst each other.
Upon reflecting, the finalists share what they are most grateful for, either personally or professionally.
I think the moment I'm most grateful for was when I received an email from SAICA that I've been selected as one of the top 35 under 35. For me, that was a good reflection point for the CA journey that is incredibly long, but exceptionally rewarding.
The moment that I'm most grateful for, I think it's the everyday life that I lived with my father. You know, him teaching me about life skills, how to carry myself, and mostly that he actually loved me so much and he believed in me and the things that I was doing, and he knew somehow that, you know, I'll be great. So those moments for me were amazing.
The moment that I'm most grateful for, I mean, I was standing in line to register at university to study investment management, and there was about 2 or 3 people in front of me, and just before I got to the front, my dad casually said, "Do you not want to study BA accounting, which is what you need to study to go on and do the CA route?" And without really thinking of it too much, I said, "Well, do you think it's a good idea?" And he said he does, and so I did it kind of on a whim. And that basically changed the course of my entire life and brought me to where I am now.
The judges and partners give their final messages to the finalists, who are proactively making decisions that positively shape communities, economies and society.
So to all the contestants that took part, it really is an absolute privilege to have been part of the process for me. To sit in a room and listen to the stories and the experiences of everyone that's participated has been something that I've really enjoyed. It's been very uplifting, very empowering, and I've gotten so much out of the process. So I want to say thank you to all the participants for the time and the effort they put into the process, that same energy and passion that they invest in their careers, in their families, in their communities. Everyone is just so complete in their presentation. It's been an absolute joy to participate and just have a small part to play in that journey. I want to encourage them to continue being focused on what they see the future as being, what they envision that to be, not to be distracted and drawn by other shiny things, but to remain passionate and focused on what they think the future of South Africa and the accounting profession looks like.
It's unbelievable to see how that translates into real change, social impact, and really stuff that's excellent for our economy and the profession.
Yeah, for me it's just an absolute well done for being part of the top 35 under 35. It's such a recognition of what they've already achieved. So well done and all the best for the future.
This year's colour is certainly green, and we've heard green's the colour of money. So good luck to those that win the prizes, but I think for every finalist, just huge congratulations for making it this far and being up there in the top cream of the crop for 2022.
My message to you as a contestant is that I want you to see your experience here as a seed. And regardless of what happens at the actual event in terms of the announcement, your seed is not going to stop growing.
The time for the awards evening arrives with lots of excitement and anticipation at the Leonardo in Sandton. SAICA's project director for digital content and publishing, Gerinde Engelbrecht, gives a final message to this year's finalists.
So I'm excited. I'm so excited about our winner. I think it is a very, very deserving winner, and our category winners are all amazing. And there's literally 30 others that's just so amazing. But this is a competition, So yeah, I'm happy to see the reactions though. That's always wonderful. And I think the winners and the category winners and even the finalists, this is such an opportunity for them to grab this opportunity and see where it can get them. They can build amazing relationships. They can use this in their networks to create publicity, to really network with other people. So in that, I'm excited. So I can't wait to see the reactions when the winners are announced. And then the hard work starts again for next year's 10 years. Imagine, we're excited about that.
I just wanted to say thank you for this entire experience, people behind the scenes, helping us, Gerinda, Mpo, the team, all the media team. It's been such an incredible experience, and I know we're just going to go from glory to glory. This is just the beginning of something exponential.
How the judging model works. There are 5 categories. Develop, impact of business. Influence, impact of society. Lead, impact on others in business. Game changer, impact on what is possible. Overall winner, the ultimate difference maker. Before announcing the winners, SAICA's CEO Freeman Nomvalo addresses the guests, finalists, judges and partners. Proud partner from Standard Bank, Tembeka Maseko, Executive Head of Finance and Value Management, reminds the audience, when people grow, South Africa grows. Judge and partner Jennifer Mpo Lebete from Makosi VP Delivery enlightens the audience of her first experience as a judge and how she was inspired by the finalists. Category winners announced. First category award is for Develop, Impact of Business, based on how the skills of the person influences the business and impacts on business growth.
Joshua Prince.
Josh Maritz was part of the founding leadership team at Doc Fox and was instrumental in the building of a startup from humble beginnings to a business with over 250 financial institutions using its product each day. Doc Fox enables compliance teams to make better informed decisions in a fraction of the time, while all in the pursuit of making money laundering impossible.
To be honest, was a little surprised, but also just super proud of where we come from and super proud to be here and be among the amazing group of contestants and finalists. So just feeling incredibly grateful to be here and to be a part of this and to be recognized for the successes of the company that I'm at.
The second category award is Influence, Impact of Society, of how a person impacts others and makes a difference.
And the winner for the Influence category is Christian van der Berg.
Christian van den Berg, co-CEO at JobJack, which is a technology platform that automated the entire entry-level recruitment, making entry-level opportunities accessible to low-income job seekers. JobJack, currently has over 1.2 million registered job seekers and is growing by 3,000 job seekers per day. They service over 2,000 employer sites across South Africa.
It was really an incredible feeling. I must say the recognition is incredible, but more the recognition for the work our team is doing, for the impact that they're making. It really feels a little selfish to be accepting this on behalf of them, but all credit goes to them. Our team, our JobJack pack is amazing in the passion that they have for our mission to employ the world.
The third category award is Lead, Impact on Others in Business, leadership skills and how that has an influence on others in business and how they create value. Lo Barnard has grown outsourced CFO from 2 desk spaces to 70 people in just under 9 years, posting more than an average of 50% growth per year. OCFO is counted amongst Fast Company's most innovative companies in South Africa. Their team has helped raise well over R1 billion in growth funding for entrepreneurial companies.
Dang, guys. I'm amazed at the caliber of talent there is in the young chartered accountant cohorts of South Africa. Like, each of you guys are an absolute winner out of more than 1,000 people. To be in the top 35, I think, is really special. Some of the people I've gotten to meet, like, their stories are unbelievable. Yeah, so I think just whatever you're doing, keep at it. Like 35, we're still kind of in writing the early chapters of our books here. So keep at it, keep going. You guys are super inspirational and changing a lot of lives. So great to meet all of you guys, and yeah, what a privilege.
The fourth category award was Game Changer for impact on what is possible. For someone who doesn't accept that things can't be changed, this person imagines how things can be, then finds ways to ensure that the change happens. Through their actions, they literally change the game for those who need it most. Boitumelo Kuzwayo, who is responsible for the teaching and learning program of 40 staff members at the University of Johannesburg, teaching approximately 1,500 students. In 2022, Boitumelo was awarded Male and Guardian Top 200 Young South Africans in the Education category and Academic of the Year at Abasa Annual Women Leading Conference and Awards.
A friend of mine once said, you know, the decisions you make, what is happening today is a sum total of the decisions that you made 5 years ago, or even 10 years ago. And I think this has made me realize that I need to be more intentional about what I do, as opposed to be like, you know, this would be great, let me just try make an impact. I think I'm trying to make an impact, but I need to be more intentional about the type of impact that I make and who I make that impact on.
And finally, the category overall winner for the ultimate difference maker. This is someone who ticks all the boxes to develop, influence and lead, and is the epitome of the exceptional without exception. A true difference maker, and whose impact is felt everywhere. Matsabo Makaya is an ambitious young woman challenging the status quo in a predominantly male industry. She provides strategic financial oversight to the internal health management of 44,000 employees, ranging from occupational, primary and tertiary healthcare provision. She sits on the board of the Mine Workers Provident Fund, looking after 32 billion rand in assets for around 70,000 members.
Yeah, so my message, I think, was just centered around how I believe at the moment in my life, collaboration is very important, particularly among the finalists and other chartered accountants in different industries, that we have influence, no matter how small your sphere of influence is. But if we all come together in your little bit, your small sphere of influence and your small sphere of influence, and we all come together, we can really start moving the needle into solving problems that are facing the country.
Congratulations to all the winners at SAICA's Top 35 Under-35 competition in 2022. If you are inspired to be part of next year's 10th edition of the Top 35 Under-35 competition, then you can nominate yourself. Or if you know someone who is making a difference in South Africa's CA industry, then you can nominate them too. SAICA extends its appreciation to the partners who recognize the value of the Top 35 Under-35 competition. The Top 35 Under-35 is a competition that celebrates people who always strive to stand out from the crowd, be exceptional and push themselves in pursuit of excellence.